Good day, yogis. This is Stephen Chang coming to you live from Simha Yoga Lab in Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website at simhayoga.com for the full streaming schedule, as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. My preferred way of payment is through Venmo. My handle is Simha Yoga Lab, and the 4-digit ID code is 8096 if you're prompted for it. Please visit my website, and I put a lot of information on there regarding events, why I do things the way I do, and any kind of changes I have on a weekly or daily basis. If anything goes on with the scheduling, that's probably the best place to find any kind of updates. So class is $10, and if you're having a difficult time right now, $5 is fine. Please share on your social media, and please let your friends know through word of mouth. Today's class is open flow. It is level 1 and level 2. And for those of you who have tighter hips, you might want to elevate and sit up on a block, a book. If you have a blanket or a towel, have them handy as well. You can also elevate and sit on the blankets and the towels. For those of you who are newer to my practice, welcome. So if you are a more basic practitioner, make sure that you always check in, that if I'm doing something that's a little bit out of your range, that you do pull back a little bit. You do not need to do every pose, especially if I'm offering different variations. If the variation's a little bit too deep, a little bit too strong for you, go back to the basics. You do not need to do anything that is inappropriate for you, right? So that's really important for us not to do anything that's inappropriate and that we're not ready for, right? So in time, as you keep practicing, you'll learn more things, you'll learn more about alignment, about your own abilities, and at that time, as you're ready, you can always add on. So please make sure you keep that in mind. And if you're a little bit more seasoned, a little bit more experienced, and also if you're my student regularly, you know that anytime we're holding a pose, it is your time to kind of explore, if you would like, other variations that you're either taking or do as I'm doing, and maybe something new for you. All right, let's sit up tall, palms face up. Fingers come together, mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. The other fingers are extended, let the palms face up, and the hands are sitting gently on top of your knees. Allow the shoulders to broaden, lips touching, regulating the breath by breathing only through the nose. Start to settle into your seat and to your breath. Letting the inhales even out with your exhales. Three O's together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer in front of the heart, pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for your yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something, or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call and response. I will call it and repeat the response with you. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarvavashtan, Sarvavashtan, Gatopiwa, Gatopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Sapahya, Bihyandraha, Bihyandraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes, palms face up, inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side, elongate through the left side of the neck. Chin toward the right shoulder. Release back to center, drop the right hand, left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. Chin toward the left shoulder. Release back to center, drop the left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head one direction, ear to one side, roll it back. Opposite side, roll the center. Take a few more rounds in that same direction. Chin back to center and pause. And then taking the opposite direction. And then back to center again. Lifting the chin parallel to the floor and neutral spine. Coming off the blocks. Extend the legs forward, separating the feet. Hands to either side for support, turning the toes toward each other. And then roll out, draw in, roll out, draw in, outer rotation, circling the ankles. Back to center, switch them around. And then back to center again. Cross your shins, opposite shin on top. Raise the arms up high, extend. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center, arms up. Exhale, other side. Back to center again. Side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Back up again, other side. Back to center, legs forward, forward fold. Take it back up, separate your feet a little bit wider, about mat's width distance. Left hand to the floor, right arm is up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slightly rotate toward the left. Reach forward and grab the outside of the left foot. Re-lengthen on the inhale, straighten out the spine. Exhale, lean forward. Take it back to center, switch sides, right hand down, left arm up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slightly rotate to the right. Reach forward, grab the outside of the right foot. Re-lengthen your spine. Exhale, take it further forward. Take it back to center. Let the feet go wider. Left hand behind you, right arm is up. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist. Stay twisting. And reach through your right fingertips more actively. Draw the right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Take it back to center. Right hand to the floor, left arm is out. Inhale here. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Stay here. Reach more actively with your left fingertips forward. Left shoulder draws forward, right shoulder draws back. Take it back to center. Hands to the floor. Rotate your fingertips outwardly. Press your fingertips down. Sit up tall. Draw the heart center up, your sternum up, and shoulders back. Inhale, lengthen, gently looking up. Exhale, reaching forward with the heart center reaching forward, right? And using that to help you lead into a forward fold with a slight upper back bend. Take it back up. Keep the left leg extended. Take the sole of the right foot to the inner left leg. Twisting to the right. Stay twisting to the right. Right arm up and over the right ear. Right side stretch. So you're tipping over to the left side. Take it back up. Keep the legs. Twist to your left. Stay twisting. Lean over to the right. Left arm overhead. Take it back to center. Switch legs. Right leg goes out. Left heel comes in. Twist to your left. Stay twisting to the left. Tip over to the right side. Left arm over the left ear. Take it back up. Keep the legs as they are. Twist to the right. Stay twisting. Lean over to the left. Right arm over. Draw back to center. Soles of feet together. Draw the heels in, knees apart. Grabbing the ankles. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Now, if you're able to press your elbows to your inner thighs, and that will give you a little bit more hip rotation, a little bit more hip opening. Take it back up. Step the feet forward just a little bit. Pivot to your heels. Hands behind you for support. And windshield wiper, side to side. The next time you drop the knees over to the left side, drop the knees all the way down. Right heel comes back a little bit. So you've created a letter S with your legs. Walk your hands over to the left side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper as you start to bow forward about halfway. Inhale here at the halfway point. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper and bow forward a little bit more. Maybe to the point that your forehead touching down. You're looking past your left hand for the sole of the right foot behind you. Inhale, take it back up. Keep the legs as they are. Counter twist to the right. Back to center. Left hand comes down. Pivot to the top of the shins. Reach your right arm up and across the collarbone. Back in space for the heart opener and the back bend. Then raise your right arm up over the right ear. Right side stretch. Take back to center. Take the seat down. Draw the right knee in a little bit. Come back to your heels and then windshield wiper your knees side to side again. So then the next time you drop over to the right side, drop all the way down and then you're going to sit up tall. Maybe the left knee has to come back a little bit. Now you have a reverse letter S. Walk your hands over to the right side. Inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, start to twist and bow forward about halfway. Stopping at the halfway point, inhaling again. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper, bow forward a little bit more. You're looking past your right hand behind you for the sole of the left foot. Inhale, take it back up again. Exhale, counter twist to your left. Take it back center, right hand down. Lift to the top of the shins. Left arm up and across the collarbone. Back in space. Heart opener and the back bend. Take it back up. Reach your left arm over the left ear, left side stretch. Release. Take the seat back down. Draw the left knee in a little bit first. Take the knees back up, soles of feet together. This time your feet are slightly further forward, creating more of a diamond shape. Grabbing the inner feet or thread the arms underneath, and then on the exhale, fold forward. This time is a pretty rounded back forward fold. You might even pull against your legs if you have the arms underneath to get more lengthiness before you round to draw forward. Start to take it back up. Take the left heel in. Cross the right leg forward if your knees or your ankles are kind of tight. If you want to take a half lotus instead, take a half lotus. Forward folding. With the hands to either side. Inhale, lengthen here. Keep that lengthiness. Start to tip forward. You might even start to use your hands moving forward to give you more support. Stopping there. Inhale again. Exhale, go a little bit deeper. Inhale again. Exhale, go even deeper. Now work to your deepest extension, forward in the forward fold, and then let the head release. Let the back of the neck release. Let the shoulders broaden. So think about the shoulders wrapping downwards toward the floor to broaden the upper back. Allow the lower back and the hips to release. Allow the knees to roll outwards and downwards. Begin to walk it back in. Keep the legs. Twist to the right. Back to center. Twist to your left. Back to center. Support your right leg. Extend forward. Support the left leg. Extend forward. Hands to either side. Flex. Point. This helping you to reset your knees and ankles. And point. Flex. Point. Second side. Take the right heel in. Either cross the left leg on top, the easy cross-legged position, or take a half lotus. Top of the left foot to your right hip crease. Hands supporting to either side. Turn the fingertips backwards. Lift the heart center up. Gaze up. Then continue to use your hands to support as you start to take it forward. Take at your own time. Take several increments to draw forward. And then once you have a nice extended forward fold, you can let the head release. Let the back of the neck release. The shoulders release, but you're wrapping the upper back. Lower back releasing, hips releasing. Start to reactivate. Walk your hands back in. Lift back up. Keep the legs as they are. Twist to the left. Back to center. Twist to the right. Back to center. Support the left leg. Left heel forward. Support the right leg. Right heel forward. Hands to the side. Flex. Point. Flex. Point. Flex. Point. Come back to neutral. Notice how when you take a half lotus, right? It's pretty strenuous on the knees and the ankles. So when you hold it for a while and you come out of it, right? You feel that tightness to the ankles and the knees, right? So this flexing and pointing is very helpful for you to kind of like neutralize and kind of move your your ankles and your knees a little bit. This also is quite helpful, not only for half lotus or cross-legged, but maybe even like ankles to knee, right? So that's another one that's quite strenuous on the knees and the ankles. So make sure that when you come out of those poses, rather than maybe immediately go into movement, allow the legs to come out, but support the legs to come out, and then flex and point a bunch of times. All right, swing the legs back behind you, down dog. Start to pedal out the legs and walk it out side to side. Alright, take it back to stillness. Step the left foot down. Raise your right leg up. Three-legged dog. Exhale. Right knee toward the nose and ground. Kick it up again. Open up the hips. Bend the right knee. Extend the right foot back up. Square off. And step the right foot forward. Back heel comes down. Warrior one. Inhale. Lengthen front leg, reach up. Exhale. Bend the front knee. Arms alongside. Inhale. Take it up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale up, keep the arms up. Bend the front knee, come back to your warrior one. Then open it up for warrior two. Line up the right knee over the right heel. The inside of the foot is parallel to the side of the mat. Flip the front palm. Reverse warrior, right arm up and back. Exhale, side angle. Right arm to top of the right leg for a modifying position. Or if you're able to, right hand directly to the floor, left arm reaching up. Make sure that the right knee stays lined up over the heel. This is side angle. Take it back up, reverse warrior. Lengthen out the right leg, triangle pose. Tip the left hip back, right hand to top of the shins if you're less flexible. If you have a little more range in you, you can always support with the hand to the shin, but slide down a little bit. Or the right hand directly to the floor as your full expression of the pose. Left arm up, and this is your triangle. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse triangle, right arm up and back. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back plank. And then lower all the way down to the belly. Hands alongside the rib cage, point your toes back. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. So your belly and your ribs are on the floor. Elbows drawn back, shoulders broaden. Exhale, draw almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little higher. Elbows are still bent, but now your belly and your ribs are away from the floor. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. So you're still hovering. Inhale, lift up all the way. Fullest extension of your arms if you have it, or keeping the elbows slightly bent, and then taking the back bend a little bit higher. Exhale, take it all the way down, child's pose. Draw the seat back toward the heels, and stretching the lower back and shoulders. Alright, keeping the shins on the floor and your hands on the floor. Inhale, lift back up, transitioning forward, bend the elbows for a modified push-up. Press back up into the modified plank, and then child's pose. Let's do that 3 times. Inhale, come up, forward, chaturanga. Press back up to plank, and then transitioning to child's pose again. One more time. Inhale up, forward, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Press back up to plank, transitioning back to your child's pose. Tuck the toes under, lifting up for down dog. Inhale, left heel up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee toward the nose and round the spine. Kick it up again, open up the hips, bend the left knee, stack into the hips, left knee's reaching up. Extend the left back up, square off the hips, step the left foot forward. Warrior one. Inhale, lengthen the front leg and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Inhale, lengthen, reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Inhale, reach up. Keep the arms reaching up. Bending the front knee, warrior one. Then open it up, warrior two. Arms are parallel to the floor. Fingertips reaching opposite directions, grounding the back heel down strongly. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Left arm up and back. Exhale, side angle. You can modify. Elbow to top of the knee, or left hand to the floor, right arm reaching straight up. Side angle. Left knee lines up over the heel, right? So this is the difference between side angle and triangle. Side angle, the front knee is bent, and the knee is lined up over the heel. Inhale, lift it back up, reverse warrior. Now, triangle, lengthen out the left leg. Draw the right hip back, left hand forward, hand to top of the shin if you're a little bit less flexible. More flexible, take it further down, or the hand directly to the floor if you have a full extension. Right arm reaching up. Triangle. Take it back up, reverse triangle, left arm up and back. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Hands alongside the rib cage. 3 progressive cobras. Inhale, lift up. baby cobra. Exhale, lower arms all the way down. Inhale, lifting up a little higher. Exhale, lower arms all the way down. Inhale, lift up to your fullest extension. And taking the back bend a little bit lower, a little bit deeper. Bend the elbows, take it all the way down, and then child's pose, taking the seat toward the heels, stretching the arms to the lower back. Then come back up through the plank, bending the elbows to chaturanga, press back up into a plank, and transitioning back to your child's pose. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, come forward into chaturanga, press back up into a plank, and then child's pose. 1 more time. Inhale, up through plank, bending the elbows chaturanga, pressing back up into a plank, and then going back to child's pose. Lift back up again, down dog. Inhale, right heel up to sky, 3-legged dog. Right knee in toward the nose and round the spine. Kick it up, open up the hips, bend the right knee. Right knee to the outside of the right arm to touch. Kick it back up. Knee comes into twist, touching the left arm. Kick it back up, open up the hips, bend the right knee, and flip the dog. Rolling on to outside the left foot and drop the right foot back behind you for the back bend. We'll take it from the side plank, the flip dog into side plank. So shift the weight to your left, bear weight into your left foot, and pick up the right knee. Right knee is bent, drawing the knee in. If you want to extend the right leg up to the sky, take it up to the sky, right arm reaching to the front of the room. And right hand back down to the floor, 3-legged dog. Step the right foot forward, back heel down, warrior 1. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace your fingers, lift up, gaze upwards, ecstatic warrior. Bow forward, devotional warrior. Take it back up to warrior 1. Hands together in prayer, interlace your fingers and press your palms forward. Inhale here, exhale, twist right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist. Stay twisting. Release your right hand behind you, half bind. Then draw the right shoulder back to deepen the rotation. Lean forward with your torso and hook the left arm to the outer right knee for your twisted lunge. De-rotate, come back to center for warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. You can modify again with the right arm to top the right leg or take a full pose, right hand to the floor. Then left palm facing down and reach forward to the front of the room. Then taking big circles with the left arm. Reach up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward. Smooth circles up, back, down, and forward into extended side angle, and reach, hold it here. Get very lengthy through that left side. Take that to a half bind, left arm up and behind you, and stack your shoulders and look upwards toward the sky. Lean the right arm to the inner right knee back into your arm if you have the hand to the floor. Now if you don't have the hand to the floor and you're taking this variation, you can still up the ante by taking the arm and pressing to the inside of the knee. Use that resistance, right, to give you the stacking of the shoulders, but you still have the arm a little higher so that it's still a little bit easier for the hips. All right, let's release. Inhale, come up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the right leg, extended triangle. The right hand again to top the shin, a little bit further down on the shin if you want, or the hand to the floor. The left palm facing down, reach forward. Extend. Get lengthy. Let's revolve it now. Take the left hand down to the floor. Let's square over your right leg first, hands to the side. Framing your right foot with your hands. Re-lengthen on the inhale, exhale, fold. Now for those of you who are a little bit tighter in the hamstrings, and this is difficult, we have options, right? You can keep supporting with the hands, but bend the knee a little bit and just lengthen to the best of your abilities. Now, we have blocks or books, right? Your blocks can help you elevate, lifting up a little bit, basically extending the arms, right? So you can work there if that's better, if that's helpful, right? If you have books, if you have only one block, right, or one book, it goes to the inside of the foot, using both hands evenly for support, right? One more breath. And then let's revolve it. Left hand stays down, right leg stays extended. Rotate your right arm up to the side. Right, notice you're holding this for a while. As you're holding it, you're actually building not only flexibility, you're also building strength. Right palm to face down, reach forward, extended revolve triangle. And take the right arm up and behind you, half bind. Deepen that twist, rotate the shoulders to open a little bit more. All right, start to raise your right arm back up. Right hand to the outside of the right foot, bend your knee, and then circle it up into reverse warrior. And then hands to the floor, right foot stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, push up, chaturanga. Roll over your toes. Keep the thighs on the floor for up dog. Roll over your toes again for down dog. Inhale, left heel up to sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose and round. Kick it back up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. Left knee to touch the outside of the left arm, one-legged crow. Kick it back up. Knee comes into twist, touch your right arm. Kick it back up, open up the hips, bend the left knee, and flip the dog. Roll onto outside the right foot, drop the left foot back behind you. And the left arm is reaching up and to the front of the room. Now we're taking this flip dog into side plank. So shift the weight to your left. Bear weight into the outside of the right foot, and pick up the left foot, draw the left knee in. If you want to extend the left leg up to sky, you can. And break, flip back, left leg up, step the left foot forward, warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace, and take the other thumb on top. Broaden your shoulders, look up. Ecstatic warrior. Exhale, bow forward, devotional warrior. Take it all the way back up. Warrior one, the hands together in prayer, interlace with the other thumb on top. Press forward. Inhale here, exhale, twist left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Stay here. Wrap the left hand back behind you. Draw the left shoulder back. Lean the torso forward, and then hook the right arm to the outer left knee and twist. Release. Take it up and around. Warrior two, reverse warrior. Exhale, extend the side angle. Again, you can modify with elbow to top of the knee or the hands to the floor. Right palm to face down and reach forward. Big circles with the right arm. Up, back, down, forward. Up, back, down, forward. Up, back, down, forward, and extend. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse warrior. I forgot this one. Right hand back behind you, half bind in your side angle. Now, for those of you who have the left hand to the floor, stay here in this half bind side angle and stack your shoulders. Right? If you have your elbow to the knee, you're not able to do this, right? So what you want to do instead is take this position, but press the inside of the knee. With this action, you can use that resistance to stack your shoulders more actively, right? But at the same time, because you're not touching down, you're a little higher, it'll be a little bit easier for your hips and your lower back in terms of the tightness, right? But you're still working very actively. All right, start to release. Come all the way back up. Reverse warrior. Exhale. Lengthen out the left leg. Extended triangle. Tip the right hip back, left hand forward. Hand it a little higher up the shin or slide it down a little more. Or the left hand directly to the floor. The right palm facing down and reaching forward. Find that extension and reach. Then, take the right hand down to the floor, frame your left leg with your hands, and again, if you need to use your blocks, you can use your blocks, your books, or your water bottle. Some structure to help you lengthen the arms by elevation, right? Wherever you are, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. So you're looking for your left hamstring stretch here, but fully supporting with your hands one way or another. And let's revolve it. Right hand stays down. Left arm up to twist. The left palm to face down. Reach forward. Extend. Then half bind. Left arm up and behind you. Twist a little bit deeper. Release your left arm back down to the inside of the left foot. Outside the left foot. Come all the way back up into reverse warrior. And then hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back plank. Inhale on breath. Exhale push up. Chaturanga. Inhale up dog. Exhale down dog. Start to walk your feet forward toward the hands to the front of the mat. Then take the feet together and the knees together. Bend the knees, rise up, chair. Alright, so I'm facing you to give you the front view, but you should be facing the front of the room. Hands together in prayer. Twist to the right. Hook the left arm to the outer right knee. Hands together in prayer, and then twist deeper. Make sure you line up your knees. They should be squared with one another. And twisting here. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen up. Take the gaze to the floor. Stepping on the right foot. Pick up the left. Reach it back into a variation of a freehand revolved half moon. Stay on the right leg. Keep the gaze looking down. Square off into warrior 3 with your hands together in prayer. In warrior 3, your torso and your left leg are about parallel to the floor. And then we'll take that into half moon. Right hand comes down to the floor. Stack the left side over your right and raise your left arm up so you're opening to the other direction. Then step the left foot all the way back. Warrior 2. Lengthen out the right leg. Turn the right toes to the left side for straddling for a bend. Let's organize your feet. So your toes are slightly turned in and your heels are slightly wider. What that does is it gives you a little bit more extension to the outer legs, right? Then you also want to check that they are symmetrical. So you don't want to have one foot a little bit closer turned in than the other. You want symmetry the best you can. All right, once you have all that, hands to the hips. Inhale, lift up, draw the shoulders back into a back bend, looking upwards. Come back to neutral spine. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, you can. Otherwise, as full extension of your legs if you can. Start to lean forward with a straighter spine and the hands come down to support first. Once you have your hands down, re-lengthen on the inhale. Keep that lengthiness on the exhale, hinging at the hips, bending at the elbows, keeping the straighter spine to take the forward fold, leading with the hips toward the floor. Now, once you come to a comfortable straddling forward bend, you may stay here. If you're a little less flexible, you might be a little higher, right? That's perfectly fine. If you are a little bit more flexible, maybe you're folding forward a little more deeply and the crown of the head is almost touching down. You may remain here in the straddling forward fold and just work on grounding through the heels and the outer feet for support and lengthening through the back bodies, right? So grounding through the heels down, lengthening through the back of the legs, and then down the spine. If you're working with additional variations, you may take any inversion or arm balance, other kind of transition that you like. Otherwise, just stay in the forward fold and get the benefits of this forward fold. Right? So those of you staying forward fold, keep it here. If you want to take that variation a little bit more simply, you can take a rotation. Left hand to center, creating a tripod. So the left hand should be right underneath your shoulder, right? So you have a vertical line, and then on the inhale, reach your right hand out and up for the twist. Take a few breaths there, and then when you're ready, switch hands, right hand down, left arm up. Taking a few breaths there, when you're ready, take it back down, and re-lengthen for the forward fold. You have 2 more breaths. Right, and I'll give you a side view here. Right, so this is my own technique that I like to come out of any straddling for a bend. Right, I like to be as protective of the lower back and the hamstrings as possible whenever I come out of a forward fold. So I like this technique because then I'm using the strength of the legs instead of the flexibility of the hamstrings in the lower back. Right? So when you're ready to make your way out of the straddling forward bend, your hands are on the floor for support. Then start to bend the knees a little bit, not a lot, a little bit, and then shift the weight back toward your heels. So what that does is, by bending the knees, you are reducing the stress and the pull to the hamstrings in your lower back. Right? So you can feel the difference. Then shifting the weight back toward your heels actually lightens the load to the front bodies, so that now when you lift the back of the head and the upper back and coming back through a straighter spine, you can more easily tilt the weight back in space behind you so that you can take the hands off the floor. Then as you start to come up, keep that lengthy spine, expand the arms, and then now you're ready to come into Warrior 2 by pointing the toes forward again, bending the front knee, Warrior 2. Now what's important is when you come out of the straddling for a bend, you have to come back into Warrior 2 and bending the knee to come back here, right? If you try to swim the hands to the floor, which is the next thing, right? Warrior 2, we swim the hands down. If you don't turn the toes in, the knees are going in the wrong direction. So if you try to go this way, you might hurt your knees because it's not functioning in the right direction, right? So taking the hands here could really throw off your knees, right? And hurt your knees. But if you turn the toes forward first and you bend your knee, now your knee is working in the correct direction, right? And it's functioning. Alright, so Warrior 2, and then hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Start to walk your feet forward toward your hands to the front of the mat. Again, I'll give you a side view. Take the feet together, knees together. Bend the knees, rise up, chair. Sorry, giving you the front view. Hands together in prayer, twist to your left, hook your right arm to our left knee. Make sure your knees are lined up. Then hands together in prayer, press your palms firmly together. Line up the elbows and the wrists, and then press your right elbow to the outside of the left leg to deepen the rotation of your spine. Right, so I'll give you the front view here this time, not that you're looking at me at this point. You are concentrating on balance and twisting, looking to the left. All right, now take the gaze to the floor. Keep the gaze looking down for balance. Start to shift the weight to your left foot and raise your right leg back behind you for the variation of the revolved half moon. So you're not taking the hands down for support, it is a free hand balance. The gaze to the floor helps you to keep your focus and your balance. Alright, then stay on the left leg, square back to center for warrior 3. Then take the left hand down to the floor, stack the right side of your left with the right arm reaching up, and that is your regular half moon. Right, so we started in revolved half moon, that is a hands-free balance. Right? So that was a variation. Then we squared off to warrior 3, and now we're in regular half moon. Alright, start to break. Bend your left knee. Step the right foot all the way back. Warrior 2. Lengthen out the left leg. Turn the left toes to the right side. So, your toes are a little bit turned in, heels are a little bit wider. So you always want to organize your feet before you come into straddling for a bend. That is your base, right? That's your foundation. Hands to the hips. Lift up to the back bend. Prepare your spine and your hips. Come back to neutral position. Slight bending of the knees. Keep the spine straight as you start to take it forward. Let the hands come to the floor first. Then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, as you keep that lengthiness and fold forward, you can start to lengthen out the legs as well and take that into your straddling forward bend. Releasing the head, let the head get heavy, and the back of the neck is elongating. You can stay here with the heels grounded down and the outer feet pressing down for support. If you're straddling for a bend, you can take any variations you like. Maybe this time, let's walk your hands over to one side and fold over that leg. So let's take the hands to the left side. Those of you who like inversions or any other variations, right? You're working at your own time. Right? If you're working with me, left hand to the outside of the left foot, right hand to left ankle, or anywhere on the leg, depending on your flexibility. Now also, if your left hand to the outside of the left foot is too much, you can take the left hand to the inside of the foot so that you have your left hand firmly supporting. Then the right hand can go anywhere on the outside of the left leg and fold toward that left leg. Alright, if you are taking the forward fold and the stretch, take it to the other side. So the right hand can go to the outside of the right foot or the inside of the right foot. Then the left hand to grab anywhere along the outer right leg and fold toward the right leg. Alright, take it back to center. Again, I will give you the side view so you can see all the structures. Alright, so coming out of the pose safely. Hands are supporting on the floor. Bend the knees a little bit. Shift your weight back toward your heels. With your hands supporting, lift the head and the upper back so you're coming through a straighter spine. Then shift the weight back toward your heels, and with the strength of the legs and the support of the lower back, start to come all the way up into warrior 2. So once you come all the way up, expand the arms, turn the left toes back forward, bend the left knee, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down. Inhale, right heel up. Step the right foot forward between your hands. Left knee comes down. Crescent moon. Untucking your back toes. Now, if your knees are sensitive, for those of you who have your blankets or your towels, go ahead and pad with the left knee to the left to the padding. Alright, so that should take some of that pressure away from the knees, especially if you're super sensitive there. And then hands to top of the thighs, lift the heart center up and lean the upper torso back. And then when you're ready, arms up, Venus Mudra, index fingers pointing up, the other fingers are all interlaced. Lift up and lean back for back bend. Alright, so for those of you who don't need the blanket or the towel, or you don't have one, that works. Take the left knee directly to the floor, that's fine. Alright, another option is to take your mat and fold it left side towards center, and you've doubled up your mat, and it's pretty easy to then come out of it, right? So those are all little things that you can do to modify for your practice. If you like additional variations here, you can wrap the hands up behind you, heart opener and back bend. You can side stretch, right arm to right leg, left arm overhead. You can side stretch the other way, left hand down, right arm overhead. If you're taking mermaids, bend your left knee, grab the outside of the left foot and kick the foot back. That is key, right? Once you grab the foot, you're not drawing in. If you draw the heel in and you're leaning forward, you're not going to feel very balanced, right? So you want to kick the foot back. When you kick the foot back, you're lengthening out your arm, and the left shoulder starts to draw back as well. And as you keep kicking back, the upper torso also starts to lean back. So as your hips move forward, the upper torso leans back. And that's the counterbalance for your back bend. So this is your crescent moon with a mermaid variation. Alright, let's start to break. Hands come back down to the floor. Half split. Keep the left knee down, left toes tucked under. Then shift your hips over your left knee. And then you should come to a vertical line with the left thigh. Then flex your right foot, beginning to feel for the stretch at the back of the right leg. Hands supporting again. Inhale, re-lengthen. Exhale. Keep that lengthiness as you take it forward. Let's hold it here for a bunch of breaths. Those of you who are working with splits, inch your right knee forward, left knee back, right knee forward, right heel forward, left knee back, and keep working in that direction until you come into your full split. Now, for those of you who don't have the flexibility, please don't start today, right? Especially since I'm not there with you. There is a lot of technique that happens here, right? To go into a split. So if you've never done a split before, let's not do it today and go into a full split today, right? So make sure you do a lot of preparation. And when you do take my classes, right? Normally when I teach this a little bit more fully, a little more completely, I give you a lot more preparation. But because we've done a lot of hips, a lot of hamstrings, for those of you who are ready and who are already practicing, right? So those of you who come to the studio have already been practicing your splits. So here we are with this. All right, let's start to break. Lift back up, draw the right foot back in, and you're taking the split. All right, so everyone else, step the right foot back down, ground palms, pick up the left knee, and step the right foot back, and pedal out the legs, walk it out side to side. Alright, let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Second side, left leg up. Step the left foot forward, right knee comes down. Extra padding to your right knee again if you need it. Then walk your hands to top of the thighs and lunge forward. Get into the stretch of the right quads, openness of the hips. Then press your hands to the top of the thighs, lean the upper torso back. That's the beginning of your back bend. And then take your arms up for Venus Mudra. Remaining here, if this is where you kept it on the first round, so this is your crescent moon, you base it. If you're taking it to a heart opener, wrap the hands back behind you, other thumb on top. Lift up, gaze up. If you're taking side bends, left arm to the top of left leg, right arm overhead. You can take it to the opposite direction, right hand down, left arm overhead. If you're taking the mermaid, Bend your right knee, right hand grabbing the outside of the right foot, and the action is to kick the foot away from you. To lengthen your right arm, draw the right shoulder back, and with that, it leads the upper torso to take it back as well. And now you have to counterbalance. You have to counterbalance to take it into Mermaid 1. All right. Begin to release. Tuck the right toes. Shift your hips over your right knee. You want a vertical line here. Then flex your left foot. Feel for the back of the left leg for the extension. Hands supporting. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Keep that lengthiness on the exhale. Take it forward, and that will start to create the intensity to the stretch of the back of the left leg. Right, so normally if I'm taking you to split fully, I will give you a few more preparations, right? Of leaning the hips forward for the lunge, leaning the hips back for the hamstring stretch. For those of you who are taking the splits now, left heel forward, right knee back, left heel forward, right knee back, and then ease your way into your split. Right, so for some of us who have a good amount of flexibility, if you don't already have a split, it'll take you a lot less time to prepare and to kind of work toward a full split, right? For those of us who are tight, it might take a number of years, right? It probably took me about 2 years, a pretty regular practice to eventually get to a full split. Even here, it's not a very open split, right? I am still tilted over to the left side a little bit, right? If I were a lot more open, I would be much more even towards center with the split, right? So even for myself, through this many years of doing split, I still don't have it in a very comfortable position yet, right? So that's, possible with any physical body. If you don't innately have a lot of flexibility, some of these poses might be a little bit harder, right? All right, starting to break. If you have the split, step it back in. For those of you who have the half split, step the left foot back down. Hands to either side, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step the left foot back, and pedal out, side to side. Take lots of movement. All right, when you're ready, walk your feet forward toward your hands. Take the seat down. Extend the legs forward, hands to either side. Slide the hands out to lower onto your back. Hug the left knee in, right hand to your left knee, and twisting to the right. Take back to center, switch legs, switch arms. Twist to your left. Back to center again, hug both knees in. And then step the feet to the floor. Slide the legs forward. Shavasana, final relaxation. Let it all go. Feet are separated, toes turn out, arms alongside the body, palms face up. Eyes are closed, lips gently touching. Start to take the breath back in. Moving the fingers and the toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretching opposite directions. And then rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-leg position. Reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and the neck free. Enough for hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing the practice. Come up. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for your time this day. Please visit my website at simhayoga.com, and my full streaming schedule is on there, as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. My preferred way of payment is through Venmo, and my handle is Simha Yoga Lab, and the 4-digit ID code is 8096. Price is $10 per class, and if you're having a difficult time right now, $5 is fine. Please let your friends know. Please share my postings and repost them on your social media platforms. I really appreciate that. Thank you again for your time. Have a great day. Be well, and I will see you soon.